Hey, today we're going to chat about what it means to have a toxin-free home. Now, if you're anything like I was 7 years ago, I had no idea that I had lots of toxins in my home. I didn't understand why if something was on the store shelf, it wasn't safe for me and my family to use. However, along the way, over the last 7 years, as I sought to make my family and I healthier, use things that are kid and pet safe, I've learned a lot. And so I'm going to share with you a couple of things that I've learned and some really easy, cost-effective alternatives, okay? So first up, it's important to realize that the things we put on in and around our bodies reach our bloodstream in 26 seconds. So that's great if you're talking about an all-natural, plant-based, steam-distilled essential oil. It's not great if you're talking about some really harsh toxic chemicals. Some chemicals that might be lurking under your shelf, particularly as you're taking care of your home, might contain formaldehyde. As a matter of fact, candles and room sprays, that's one of the #1 ingredients. A lot of those candles and room sprays also contain fragrances. Fragrance can have up to 300 chemical components and they're not required to be disclosed. Both of these things have significant impact on brain function, your endocrine system, and your overall hormonal and immune health. That's a big deal. When you start to think about how many places you have fragrances and probably formaldehyde, that's going to add up over time. The average woman is exposed to over 350 toxic chemicals a day, 80 of them before breakfast. Now, this isn't all going to be gloom and doom. We do have some really great solutions. Here are some other things. 2-buxethanol, which is a toxin known to cause sore throat, narcosis, and severe liver and kidney damage, is also in some of our store-bought cleaners. Alpha-terpineol, benzyl alcohol, and camphor are all toxic ingredients in laundry detergents and dryer sheets. They cause issues with the central nervous system, your brain, loss of muscular coordination, central nervous system depression, headaches, nausea, and vomiting. These are things that just scratch the surface. Now, you might be wondering, if you're a little bit of a skeptic like me, how is this even possible? How is this allowed? Well, the answer is in 1969, there was the Toxic Substance Control Act. And what that did was it grandfathered in a lot of the chemicals that had already been used. At that time, there were 62,000, got my notes right here. There were 62,000, and now there's over 83,000 toxic chemicals in our products that are available to be purchased and used. The law has made it easy for some chemical companies to keep chemicals with side effects in production. A lot of times that's because they don't know the longitudinal effects, or they don't study them in conjunction with other chemicals that they may be combined with. For existing chemicals, there are no requirements for testing. By default, they are presumed to be safe. So basically, if we don't know you're dying of it now, you're probably fine. I don't know about you, but that's not really a bargain that something that I'm willing to risk when it comes to the health of me and my family. There are some really great other options. You can have a clean home. You can have a fresh smelling home without having a toxic home. At my current phase in life, I've got kiddos running around and I have a dog who loves to lick the floor. So it's really important to me that what I use is not only safe for myself, but that I can also make sure that it's safe for my kids, for people who may come into my home who have severe allergies, because I want my home to be a place where they don't have an allergic reaction to a fragrance or a chemical that I'm using, and for my big dog, Bruce. I love him and I want him to be safe and okay. So what Young Living does is they use essential oil power to create a line of home products that are going to be safe and effective. The essential oils that they use are steam distilled, and that's something that really sets them apart from other oil and cleaner companies. Now, you may be noticing if you go to the store, there is going to be a whole section of chemicals, or probably, that say something like all natural and botanicals, and they put pictures of plants on the bottle. This is called greenwashing. If you look up the ingredients of those chemicals, they are chemicals, of those products, they're often the same chemicals, like sodium lauryl sulfate is in a lot of natural products. Not Young Living's, but a lot of those natural products you find at the store. Sodium lauryl sulfate is designed to clean grease off of garage floors. It has endocrine disrupting and immune disrupting properties. It's also in our toothpaste, our foaming hand soaps, and a number of other things you may have around the house. There's no guilt or shame because you don't know what you know until you know, right? But there are some great alternatives. And because Young Living combines essential oil-based plant power with all natural, botanical, naturally derived ingredients, meaning they don't just start from the plant and then they change it into a chemical later. It's a plant-based ingredient. They don't do anything to it that's going to make it harmful to you or toxic to you. And I love that about it. So I'm going to go over some of the things that they offer. Now, there is a Thieves Starter Kit. So a lot of people choose, we've got the Essential Oil Starter Kit over here. A lot of people choose to get started with Young Living and kind of doing what we call ditching and switching, ditching toxins and switching over to all natural items in their home. Some people choose to do that with an oil starter kit. I firmly believe that even if you never ever touch a single essential oil, you can still have so many amazing benefits from the power of Thieves and the things that you use in your home. It's going to be significantly better for your body. Oils are important and they do a lot of great things, but if that's not your thing yet, it's totally okay. There's still a lot of great changes you can make. Simply by removing the synthetic fragrances from your home, you can reduce the toxic load to your body by 45% in a few days. That is amazing and significant. All right. So one of the things that Young Living starts with, and I love this so much, is this bottle of Thieves Cleaner. Now this is a concentrate, which a lot of Young Living's products are. So this concentrate makes 15 plus bottles of spray cleaner, which is great. You can use this to clean every single surface in your home, from your toilet to glass to the kitchen counter. It's going to be safe and effective, both at taking care of all the yuck that you don't want and as safe for your kids and pets. This is something that I love. It ends up that it's about $1.50 a bottle. I don't know about you, but that's way more economical than anything that I can grab at the store. This is also the foaming hand soap. Now we talked about sodium lauryl sulfate and all the chemicals that can be there. Think about how many times a day you wash your hands or you have your kids wash their hands. So we can take a bottle of the soap. You can actually use about this much of Young Living soap concentrate, fill the rest with water, and you have an amazing foaming hand soap that's gonna take care of your hands. It's not gonna leave them dry and cracked. It's not gonna expose you to chemicals, but it's gonna make sure that you are clean and that you stay healthy, which is what we want. One of my favorite things Young Living uses the power of Thieves for is their laundry soap. So this bottle of laundry soap, how long do you think it lasts? I have a family of 6, and we use this bottle for about 6 months. I promise, we do our laundry normally, regularly. But the reason that it lasts us so long is that it's so concentrated. So this makes 3 large pump bottles when you combine it with a little bit of Thieves Cleaner and some water, and it takes 3 of those pumps from that pump bottle to do a load of laundry. It cleans my clothes well. It doesn't use synthetic fragrances that are floating about through my house and being retained on my clothes. It uses plant power to get rid of all kinds of stains and grease and yuck. I absolutely love it. It ends up saving my family over $100 a year on laundry soap. So it's completely possible to use all natural products and be cost effective and see all those great benefits for your family. From dish soap to toothpaste to mouthwash, Young Living has so many options for taking items that you need, like dust spray. You can use the Thieves Cleaner, olive oil, and a little bit of water and make an incredible dust spray that you can have on hand. You don't have to pick up at the store, and it isn't sending lemon-scented chemical particles into your nose in your home. There are so many options for you as you pursue having a safe, healthy, all-natural home, and Young Living makes that possible. If you have any questions, feel free to post them below or check in with whoever shared this video with you. We have a lot of tips on how to make things easy to ditch and switch, dozens of recipes, tips, tricks, money-saving hacks, and more that will absolutely make this process a breeze for you. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day.